It sneaks up quietly for most people. Another birthday on the calendar. Another candle added. Another reminder that time is supposed to be changing you. And yet, when many people cross the threshold of 50, something unexpected happens. Beneath the lines on their face and the weight of years, there is a spark that refuses to age. A sense of youth that still lives inside them, untouched by the clock. No one prepares you for this strange paradox. You look in the mirror and see someone older. Someone shaped by decades of living. Someone who carries stories across time. But inside, there's a pulse that has not changed. You feel something familiar. Something young. A version of you that never drifted away. And slowly, you realize that age and identity do not always move together. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it subjective age. It is the age a person feels instead of the age written on a form. Many people over 50 report feeling younger. Not a little younger. Sometimes 20 years younger. Sometimes more. This is not denial. It is not immaturity. It is the mind holding on to a sense of life that the body cannot fully express. This inner youth can form for many reasons. Some of it comes from resilience. Some comes from a lifetime of adapting. Some comes from surviving pain and still choosing hope. And some comes from the simple truth that the inner world does not follow the same rules as the outer one. When you are young, every path feels open. Everything points forward. You believe life is about finding yourself. Yet by 50, something changes. You learn that life is not only about discovery. It is also about return. You return to parts of yourself you forgot. You return to dreams you set aside. You return to a sense of play you once believed was lost. People who feel young inside understand this deeply. They feel capable of starting again. They feel capable of joy. They feel capable of possibility. They often feel more alive than they did in their 30s when responsibility pressed down on every choice. But feeling young inside carries another truth. It shows how the mind protects pieces of you that matter. Curiosity, wonder, humor, hope. These qualities age more slowly than the body. They stay hidden, waiting for the right moment to rise again. Many people who reach 50 discover that this moment is now. Still, there is tension. A quiet ache. The world sees age on the outside and makes assumptions. It tells people over 50 to slow down, to shrink, to accept smaller dreams. Society praises youth as if it is the only season worth celebrating. And yet, those who feel young inside do not feel small at all. They feel larger. They feel deeper. They feel clearer. The grief comes from the mismatch. You feel young inside, but the world does not always see it. You feel energy, but your body sometimes disagrees. You feel possibility, but others assume limitation. This grief is real, and it is valid, but it is also a sign of something powerful. You still care. You still want to participate in life. You still feel connected instead of detached. That is strength, not loss. Many people in their 50s begin reclaiming parts of themselves. They begin noticing the dreams that slipped away during busy years. They begin asking quieter questions. What do I truly want now? What did I sacrifice that I want to return to? What part of me still feels alive? Sometimes they pick up hobbies they abandoned decades ago. Sometimes they learn things they never made time for. Art, cooking, music, travel, nature, healing, friendship, adventure. Sometimes they take risks they once feared. A new career, a new city, a new relationship, a new identity. This is not a crisis. This is renewal. It is the recognition that the second half of life is not only an ending, it is also an unfolding. If the first half is about building, the second half is about becoming. It is about living from truth instead of pressure. It is about letting go of roles that never fit. People who feel young inside often step into this phase with a different kind of courage. They know the value of time. They know the cost of waiting. They know that joy is not earned, but allowed. And so they begin allowing more. This youthful feeling also influences relationships. Many people over 50 crave authenticity more than ever. They want conversations that matter. They want laughter that feels real. They want emotional safety. They want connection that honors who they are and who they are becoming. They are less interested in performance, less interested in pretending, less interested in relationships that drain. They choose presence. They choose honesty. They choose people who see them not as aging figures, but as vibrant souls. Some people become mentors. Some become creators. Some become explorers. Some become friends who bring warmth into every room. Some become partners who love with more depth than they knew in their 20s. There is a tenderness that grows with age. A softness that says, I understand now. I see what matters. But the inner youth also carries shadow. Some people feel frustration when their mind says yes, but their body says not today. Some feel confused by the contrast between their inner energy and outer appearance. Some struggle with the idea of slowing down. Some grieve the things they cannot do anymore. This grief deserves compassion. Aging is a reality, but aging is also a teacher. It teaches you to honor your body instead of fighting it. It teaches you to pace yourself without losing passion. It teaches you to listen deeply, not to limitation, but to balance. When people integrate this balance, something beautiful happens. Youth and age begin to work together. The wisdom of age guides the enthusiasm of youth. The curiosity of youth softens the heaviness of age, and a new identity forms. One that is whole, one that is grounded, one that is fully alive. One of the most meaningful questions for anyone over 50 is simple. What part of me has stayed young, and what is it asking for? The answers are often gentle. I want joy. I want connection. I want play. I want purpose. I want to feel like myself again. Listening to these answers is an act of healing. It helps you see that the younger self inside you is not a leftover version. It is a core version. It is the part of you that endured. The part that refused to collapse. The part that carried your spark through every difficult season. This understanding breaks the myth that life peaks early. It shows you that the best chapters can come later. It allows you to step into your future with hope instead of fear. Carl Jung once suggested that the second half of life invites a different kind of growth. It is not about achievement. It is about depth. It is not about proving yourself. It is about knowing yourself. And people who feel young inside often step into this stage with an open heart. If you are someone over 50 who still feels young inside, remember this. You are not out of touch with reality. You are in touch with possibility. The world may want to place limits on you, but limits are not destiny. You still have curiosity. You still have passion. You still have wonder. And these qualities do not disappear with age. There will be days when age feels heavy. There will be moments when you question your choices. There will be times when fear whispers that it is too late. It is not too late. You can still begin. You can still change. You can still explore. You can still love. You can still grow. Youth is not a past chapter. It is an inner voice that never stops speaking. Your story is not finished. Your potential is not gone. And your inner youth is not imaginary. It is a guide. It is a sign that life still wants more from you and still has more to give you. You have time. You have space. You have a future that can be shaped with intention. Let that inner spark lead you. Let it remind you that you are not defined by numbers. You are defined by spirit. You still feel young inside because a vibrant part of you never left. Honor it. Let it breathe. Let it grow. Let it help you step into the next chapter with clarity and joy. Your life is not shrinking. It is unfolding, and you are allowed to live it fully.